Now this is podcasting.
I'm your host, Macsrebo.
And I am your father.
Michael. Or Macsrebo's dad.
Or Macsrebo's dad. All right, so here we are.
Episode 3. I'm so excited.
3. Yes, great things come in threes, right?
Yes.
Star Wars trilogy, the prequels.
Yeah.
All right. A lot of things come in threes. So, right, here we are. Mic'd up at Macsrebo podcasting.
Yes.
Episode 3. What are we talking about today?
Star Wars Rebels. So if you've seen this as a video, here we have the ghost with the Falcon here.
Falcon?
With the Phantom.
Phantom.
Now, all the characters are in the ghost.
What is the ghost? What are rebels?
The rebels are these group of people from all around the galaxy, and they go together as a family, and they're doing all these missions to help people fight the Empire and help survive in these dark times.
Okay. All right.
And they have this ship called the Ghost, and there's a little smaller ship that goes on top of the Ghost that's called the Phantom.
Okay. And they're called the Phoenix Crew. Yeah, they're called the
Phoenix Squadron?
Well, maybe. But I know that they're called Phoenix, which is
Phoenix Squadron.
Right, which is a mythical bird that has
Yeah.
raised from the ashes.
Yeah.
And I cannot believe it's been 10 years since this came out. 10 years.
Wait, I was 1 when this came out.
No, they were done in 10 years, I believe.
Were you done in 10 years?
I think they might have been done before you were born.
And then we watched it when I was 5.
Yeah.
Or like 6.
So how did we get into it?
Well, we saw the Clone Wars. Well, it was like the pandemic, and so everything shut down, and I loved Star Wars, and so I found these animated shows, Clone Wars and Rebels, and the episode before this was a little of the Clone Wars, but today we're going to talk about Rebels, and everything was just amazing about that. And it's just a family adventure, really, to put it.
Okay. Why do you say that? Because
they work together as a family, they fight, and they basically talk, because I remember in one of the episodes, the beginning is that Zeb and Ezra had a big fight, and then they were blaming on Chopper, and so that's giving really like a brother type vibe there. And they're always blaming on one of the kids, so like the youngest kid, and then like the older brothers or the older siblings have to race over them, like race them, and then say like, "Oh my god, I hate you." Yeah. It's always the sibling fights.
Yeah. So they had 4 seasons.
Yeah.
All right, and it was I thoroughly enjoyed it.
You did. Like the first episode, you're like, "I love it. I love it."
and I have to be honest. I mean, now looking at everything, I see how important the Clone Wars were, and we talked about the Clone Wars in the last episode. And I know how important that is, how it filled in.
Yeah.
Right?
But
I honestly, I think I know at the very beginning I liked the Rebels more. Once I saw that first episode and I saw Ezra and how he was on a speeder bike and he was, running from authority and everything else like that. It was kind of, I guess, like the little rebel in me that was like, thinking back at, when I was close to his age and how I felt. And there was a lot that I was able to relate to Ezra with. But it was awesome because each of the characters, I felt, they complemented one another.
Yes, they did. Like they worked together, really. Like one had to do a part and then the other had to do the other part that's really after, and they worked together as a team or a family, because usually families work together on stuff. Yeah.
And, I just love the way the characters came out, right? You had Zeb, and Zeb is I would almost think of him like an uncle as opposed to an older brother. Or what do you think?
I I would say an older brother because an uncle usually treats everybody with amazing gifts and everything and so generous. But he's more that I would say he's a brother. Ezra's like the youngest. Hera and Kanan are like the parents. Zeb is like the older brother, and he always like picks on everybody. Sabine is like the middle child because she doesn't really get caught in everything, but she like kind of blames them too, and sometimes gets in little fights, but also helps them out on like battling and stuff. And then she's also artsy, so I kind of relate to her. And I love her colored hair and everything. And I love to be a Mandalorian.
Okay.
But I feel like Chopper is the little brother that always wants to do little clumsy things and make them fight with each other. He's like the mean brother that wants to like kind of like an older brother, but he's like the youngest because he's small, and he's just like picking on them and like scaring them. And then one time, like in one episode, so there's a bunk bed that Ezra's on the top, and then Zeb's on the bottom, and then it falls on Zeb, and then they have a big fight, and then Chopper's laughing at them, and then they're running after Chopper, and then Sabine like draws in their like room as a mural, and it's kind of like they're always like fighting with each other and stuff. And then Kanan and Hera are like the ones like always saying, okay, who did this, who started this all, or basically the parents like problem solving this problem.
Okay. All right. I love how you think that Sabine is the middle child, right? So older than Ezra.
Yes.
A little more mature than Ezra.
Well, she is. She's more mature than Ezra. He's more clumsy. And then Zeb is kind of the bigger one.
The older.
And he's the one that fights more. And he's also a little like mad sometimes. And really,
protective. Very protective of all of them, like an older brother would.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. And like you said, I love how you said that they all have their own roles. And
they work together on stuff.
Yeah. So something I want to talk about, I wasn't thinking about it before, but I remember that there were 2 episodes. There's a podcast, right?
Yes, Pods of Rebellion. So if you're listening right now, you should really check on their Pods of Rebellion. They have good podcasts, and they're all the Rebel crew. Well, not all of them. They're missing a couple of people.
Well, it's right. It's Vanessa Marshall, who is the voice of Hera. It is Taylor Gray, who is the voice of Ezra, and Tia Sakar, who is the voice of Sabine. And then they have John, who's the moderator, and then they have JC, who is their fact checker. But he's a big Star Wars head. I thoroughly enjoy, listening to them. I thought it's really great. And there was a conversation that actually spanned over 2 episodes.
Oh, really?
And it was about what is cooler to have, a lightsaber or a jetpack. So what, I could make the argument either way.
Well, I feel like Sabine has both because she did wield the Lightsaber for a little bit, and she has a jetpack. Well, she got a jetpack because in the beginning, the beginning seasons, she didn't have one, and then when she went to Mandalore, she stole one.
Okay.
So that's what I remember in my brain.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but also in the Ahsoka series, Sabine does get Ezra's lightsaber that he left behind.
All right.
So she does have a lightsaber. So Sabine has both. But also Ezra, he had the cool one where it's like a gun that he can shoot, but also it's a lightsaber.
That is cool.
That one's my favorite. I wish
that is really cool.
I wish a lightsaber brand can make it.
Yeah, one of the companies out there that make the hard metal replicas.
Yeah, and I wish they can make it.
Because they have a plastic one, but
yeah, but I also want the little gun section when the thing shoots at. I want it to light up too.
To light up, okay.
So maybe Theory Sabers, if you're listening to this one, please I will draw and I'll sketch it out for you. I'll tell you what I want on the back of the paper, and then I'll send it to you.
Okay. So, but you still haven't. I don't think you answered the question though.
No. What
do you think? What do you think would be cooler to have?
I would say a jetpack.
Okay, and why?
So, if there's why? Why are you like,
But just, because I'm sure there's a group of people, whether they're large or not, or whether they're the majority,
like jetpacks,
who would choose a jetpack over a lightsaber.
Yeah. But I would pick a jetpack because if there's like a bad guy that you think, oh, I can't face, you could just fly away, leave, like fly, or really hover to your spaceship and then go in and escape, and then shoot them with the guns on the ship. That would be just easier.
So you're not really escaping. You're just moving to a better tactical position.
Yes.
With
Instead
bigger
of
guns.
If you run, they can just like. But then if you go too high up, they like can't shoot, or like the ammo would go like shoo, boom.
Okay. And if they're not one with the Force and they can't stop you, right?
Yeah, like a battle droid. I could just like go like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Or I can just like fly into them like Superman.
And then if you get one like Boba Fett that has a missile on it, that's something different, right?
Yeah, if I get I was thinking of like Sabine type one because she does have a missile. I just feel like that. But with Boba Fett, I feel like just a missile, I would have to like a big holster around that has a whole bunch of backup missiles. So I go like.
Okay.
Wait, no.
Load it. Gotcha. Kind of like a bow and arrow, how they grab back, put one in and shoot it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you know what?
What do you want?
Very smart.
What would you pick? I feel like if you had to pick a lightsaber, I feel like you would do the Ezra one because then you can shoot. Then also like.
Well, I also think it's different, right? Because if I think of Paz Vizsla, which I'm like the size of Paz Vizsla, that would have to be one big jetpack, one hefty jetpack compared to what little Sabine has to have.
Because she's
right. She's
skinny.
She's skinny, lighter, smaller, right? I don't know,
but she also has the armor too. And the armor is heavy because that's like Beskar, and that's like metal, like 10 pounds of metal.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, I would say it has to have a lot of firepower.
Mm-hmm.
So the flame would be blue. To carry you up.
I would think. Now you have a much better memory than I do, but I would think with Rebels coming out prior. No, I guess not. No, I guess Mandalorians have always been sort of featured, right? You think about the prequels.
Actually, the first Mandalorian that was ever made was Boba Fett. And they were like, okay, let's make more of them.
Well, the first one on the screen, right?
Yeah, the first one on the screen. And then and then Boba Fett became so big that they kind of made another one. Mm-hmm. And then they made more and more and more and more.
Right. And it's it's a little difficult when you have to like think about the timelines and you're like, right?
Like if you're just new to Star Wars, you're like, wait, what should I watch first? I would say watch them in order, and then you'll understand them, and then you can watch them in different orders.
Well, you know that is, you have 9 movies. Mm-hmm. You have 9 movies of the trilogies, right? There's 3 sets of trilogies. You have.
Well, actually, there's 3 with Anakin, Obi-Wan. Then there's, I guess,
3 prequels.
Oh, they're all 3?
3, yep.
Okay, so that's 9.
3, so that's 9. You have 1 movie of Solo.
Yeah.
You have 1 movie of Rogue One.
Yes.
Then you have 2 seasons of Andor.
No, Andor is before Rogue One.
Correct. Right. So the 2 episodes lead up to 2 seasons.
Oh my God, you really have a bad memory.
2 seasons with so many episodes leading up to Rogue One.
And then after Rogue One is The New Hope.
Right. But Clone Wars
is like in between the Battle of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. It's between those because Anakin always had the dark side, but once Ahsoka left, he had a lot more anger.
Ahsoka, his apprentice?
Yes, his apprentice had more anger when she left. And then once he, like, in the Revenge of the Sith, he had more anger in that. And then he's, like, totally Darth Vader. Mm-hmm. And usually anger really makes you feel more powerful. So that's how I think Vader got so powerful. No! Yes. Because he's like, no! Yeah. I'm like, yes, that's what I think.
And Clone Wars talks about or shows the time when Anakin transitions.
Yeah. Transitions into Vader. Well, not really Vader. Well, in one episode, I remember they were in this whole different planet. That's what they were thinking. And Ahsoka turned to the dark side and everything. And I think those are my favorite episodes in Clone Wars. And also, he has this vision, and you can see Anakin like this, and there's a Vader helmet right above him.
Yeah.
And smoke. So that's like a vision that, because I remember Padme was like this, getting choked, and then all the people are dying, and then he's like, no! And then there's a big Vader on top of him.
So in the movie, right, where they show Anakin, right, Hayden Christensen is Anakin, and then they show him battle Obi-Wan, right? Yeah. And then that's when he becomes Vader.
Because he gets burnt by the lava, and then his skin can't live.
But the Clone Wars animation, right? In the Clone Wars animation, Ahsoka,
oh my God,
steps away from the Order, does her thing, kind of comes back to help the people of Mandalore. Is it? Yeah. I believe.
Well, because she deals with the Pikes, and then I see her right there. What's Katie Sackhoff's?
Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan. I see her, and I'm like, what?
You're looking at the picture that we have on the wall.
Yeah.
Where we met her.
Like, what is it? So Bo-Katan sees Ahsoka, and then they're like, we need your help. Mandalore's in danger with Maul. And Obi-Wan faced Maul. Oh, yeah, it should.
With Maul.
That also ties into. I feel like we're talking into Clone Wars a little bit more than Rebels.
We are, but
this
is
does
where
ties
Rebels comes in. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely.
And actually, you do see a Rebels character in the Clone Wars. Guess who it is?
Who?
Sabine's mom.
Sabine's mom. Right.
And she's very young.
Okay.
And then you can see her have a little grayer hair. But yeah, you see her with.
So there's a time where there's a battle at Mandalore.
Yeah, because well, actually, this before the all Ahsoka and everything. Satine is there, and Maul kills Satine, and then Obi-Wan's in this Mando armor. He's like, no.
Right.
But and then also there's a Hot Toys made that version, and he's like. And then he had Ewan McGregor signed it. And he's like, I don't remember that. And people like shouting the audience, Clone Wars. And he's like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know that. That was funny. That was when we were in Chicago this past summer, right? That was fun. And coming back to the scene. So there was a scene where Anakin gifts Ahsoka 2 blades.
Yeah. So they're her lightsabers that she lost, and he turned them into blue, and that's what she usually has green lightsabers, and then she has blue, and then the Tales of the Jedi, she actually fights an Inquisitor, kills the Inquisitor, and because the Inquisitor has red kyber crystal, she changed it because she's a Jedi. She changes it into white.
Yep. So then she is interacting with Maul.
Yes.
Right. And Maul's like, yeah, Anakin is going to become Vader. He's going to be the new Sith apprentice. And she's like, no. But she's battling because she feels it in the Force. So fast forward.
Can I?
Sure.
So as we were talking about before with Ahsoka turns into the dark side and everything, she has this vision of a future a future her, and she's like, you can't be his Padawan anymore. Like, it's going to lead you to a dark path and everything. And then she knows like, oh, I have to leave the Order. And so that's why she left, because she knows like, oh, something's going to be bad over here. them.
Yeah.
That also changed him to be more stronger or have more hate and more Sithy like.
And so that's towards the end of the Clone Wars series. Okay. Then we get into Rebels and how Rebels ties in, right? There's two really main strong characters that tie Clone Wars into Rebels.
Kanan, Ahsoka,
Vader,
Ahsoka. Because Kanan was also a Padawan that time.
Well, right. It was related, but there were two characters that really stood out in many episodes in Rebels. So Ahsoka. First was what was her code name at first?
Fulcrum.
We didn't know who Fulcrum was. We
knew they had her patterns.
Sure. We could kind of guess, and it was really interesting. Again, referring back to the Pods of Rebellion, nobody really knew except for Vanessa. Vanessa had a thought it was going to be Ashley Eckstein, or that it was going to be Ahsoka, but did not know. No one else knew, because again, think about the difference here. Where
they were in separate rooms to record, so they didn't know who that person was going to be.
Right, but not only that, they're just recording their voice. They're not actually acting the scene out. They're not standing across, right? So if you think about any one of the live action movies, you have Hayden Christensen standing on the opposite side of the screen as Ewan McGregor. They're there face to face. They know who's in there. There are a lot of times when you're recording the animation, you don't know really who's else is in the scene until you actually watch it. But Fulcrum was there for a couple.
Her, voice. She's like, hi.
Yeah. And then it's later revealed that it's Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah.
And Ahsoka was in many, many episodes in the Rebels.
And she worked with them for a long time.
And then you have Maul. Who comes in. God. Right? Because
also Mab. I think Mab was in Rebels because he did the hologram of Anakin training.
There were a lot that were in both.
And also Ahsoka cuts Vader's helmet and he's like, Ahsoka.
Yes.
Ahsoka. But it was like a
But it was really good because there was, to me, like a lot of other Star Wars, right? There's a love story there because Hera and Kanan, they fall in love, right? And towards the end, they have a son, Jason,
that has little green on his ears, and then orange on his. green on his ears and green hair.
Green hair and green eyebrows and
yeah. So,
we see him for a quick second, I believe, in Rebels, but then once the Ahsoka live action series comes out, then we actually see an actor who portrays him. But okay, so what is Rebels? I mean, I guess you talked about what Rebels means to you and what you like about it because it's about family.
Yeah, but really what Rebels means to me is just well, I kind of said it before, but it's really just an adventure in Star Wars and just family bonding time, but also like fighting too, like struggles and everything, just like the work of what a family is in the like Star Wars universe. Because usually we just see like Jedi fighting and not really just like they don't really have attachment, so they're not like no.
Okay.
And also like sometimes you see the Sith when they're just like all strict, and some people are just hiding. Like in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, you see like a lot of people hiding from the Empire and everything, like scared. But in Rebels, they're really like fighting for and helping the people that are scared. So it's just like what we need to do in real life, because some people are just like mean to everybody and like a lot of bullies, and also like there's some people that are friends and they're just trying to help out other people, and usually there's a lot of people that are doing bad things to the world, and we need those people that are helpful and need to help everybody else.
Wow. Wow. I was going to ask, how that relates to your everyday, but wow. Wow.
Thank you, everybody.
I'm
clap.
impressed.
Clap. Clap. Okay, clap. Clap. I'm bowing.
No, but that was honest, and that was right from your heart.
It was. And no script. That was what do you call when you're making things up as you go? Like Jack Sparrow.
Improvising?
Improvising, yeah. Jack Sparrow making things. Oh, this is bad. Okay, let me do something else. I'm just improvising on things. That's what we're doing on this podcast.
So
Macsrebo and Macsrebo's dad improvising in every second. That should be our catchphrase.
Maybe a social clip on that one.
Hashtag improvising.
Okay. Wow. So that's great, and how you kind of relate that
to the
real
world.
life and the real world and what you see both.
I feel like that's a lot of in Comic Cons. Like a lot of the if you're like love the same fandom, you kind of make friends and you're trying to talk with each other and everything. And if like you don't have a marker or a pen to get things signed, you're like, oh, you can borrow mine, or like, oh, that's such a cool photo. And really, like a lot of people are making friends at Comic Cons because you have so much things in common.
Absolutely. And the more you go to these things and like you said, you build friendships and you're absolutely right.
That's also going to be in our next episode.
It will be. Wink, wink. Episode 4.
Wink. Episode 4.
But staying on this, right? And Rebels and how. Yeah. So that's awesome that how you think about things that are happening in real life and like you said, the community that we meet, the people we become friends with at Comic Cons, and how you said, oh, you need a marker or you need this,
That's what they're basically doing.
Yeah.
Like if some people, the actual Rebels team, the Ghost team, they need any supplies or guns, they would just go to somebody else. Like, do you have any weapons that we can use? Ammo? And they're like, okay, I have all this. Take what you need.
Yeah. And I remember.
Because that's what the Rebels are. They're just like a big group of friends and families trying to fight the Empire and work together. I remember, I think it was the last season, that they were having this base on Lothal, and they were fighting these Empire, and Ezra used the Force with these the Loth Wolves, and they were just like to like, and they're like jumping on the Stormtroopers, and they're like
Going back to the the people that the type of people that go to these Comic Cons. I remember we went to Collecticon in New Jersey.
Yo, yeah.
And we were online for Ray Park to meet Ray Park, and he did not have any photos. A lot of times, the actors will have photos up there that you can decide which one you want.
He didn't have photos?
He did not. And if you remember, I went off the line to go to a vendor to see if there was a pop, if there was something that he was on, so that we can have him sign that. And I remember you were mommy, you stayed online, and when I came back, there was a person, and I don't remember his name, but he had another comic. He had a Darth Maul on the cover.
Yeah.
And he had another comic, and he gave it to us, and he's like, here, because,
But also a girl online. So the guy, the live action of Maul, he plays in X-Men. And so one of the girls has this Funko Pop, and she's like, oh, you guys can have it. I'm a big X-Men fan. I don't need that. You guys can have it. And also we had a photo of Maul, and then he had a spear and everything.
But I think, how did we get, I'm not
remember.
sure. But I know that, you know, just talking about the people that are there.
Yeah, they're just like really
around.
because we have things in common. They're like, oh, hi, I love that. I love Rebels. I love Clone Wars.
Mhm.
That's a nice thing that we have in common.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So
really, I was gonna talk more to Rebels because we were like
getting off point. Keep going. Yeah,
I don't know what to say. I feel like just Rebels really is the point of view of the actual rebellion getting stronger and fighting the Empire, and really what's happening instead of like the Jedi hiding and everything. And that really ties in to the Ahsoka series and the Mandalorian and everything. Because I remember actually in the Rebels, Sabine gives Bo-Katan the Darksaber, and then they're kind of building the Mandalorian groups on, and it's just pretty cool because that also in Star Wars they're like coming up with this like movie or something or series, and then that ties into another thing and another thing and another thing. So really it's not just like, oh, let's pop this video, oh, I have this idea, so let's make that into a show, and that is just like not really all splash ideas that don't even tie into each other. It's just like a book series, really saying like, oh, this is one book, this is all different chapters, these are all different movies, and it really ties into like what's happening.
Yeah, and it ties in and it fills, it tells more of the story.
So what do you like about Rebels?
Well, it's amazing how we have been going on for almost 30 minutes and have not talked about one of the most important characters.
Hera? Vader? Ahsoka? Ezra?
No.
Kanan?
No.
Sabine?
No.
Who?
No.
Who? How is Chopper Oh, is it because of and
and
oh yeah and the voice,
right? Chopper. We can't forget the droids.
Yeah, the droid has the most important part.
Yes, because how many times has Chopper bailed them out?
A lot.
I think droids. I feel like droids are so overlooked. Right.
I have a collection of droids down here. And they're just hanging out at the bar.
Yeah.
But also, I remember in episode 1. I mean, not episode 1. New Hope, that the droids weren't allowed in the cantina, and now they are. So I have like DJ Rex, Lola, another DJ Rex, R2. I got a Yoda, another R2.
Yep. We got R2D2.
R2 here.
Where is it? Right here.
Yeah, right there.
Pumpkin bucket. It's a popcorn.
Popcorn. You said pumpkin.
Popcorn bucket.
And then we have
little droid there.
It's a little droid.
We have a seat. We have the We have the C-3PO, right? The C-3PO head bust is in
there.
Our display case in there.
Yeah.
So
there's not really a lot of the droids have more important parts because they can live on forever. Okay, once they get like shoot down, like somebody can just like put back to the parts again. And some people, they're like just misunderstood because some people say, "Oh, you don't have feelings." Like it's just like a droid, and they're built, they're programmed to do what we want them to do. But no, they have their own feelings. They're a person.
Yeah.
And so they were like, "Oh, I want to do this. I want to do that." Like a normal human, well, not a human, like an alien human creature being.
Yes.
Because I'm like human, but wait, there's Hera. She's a different creature. There's Ahsoka. There's a all different like a Tusken Raider. That's a creature and everything.
And Chopper is one of the characters who made it to the live screen. Right? In live action.
But also, who's the voice? Nada. Beep boop bubble. Who's the voice?
Who is the voice? You tell me.
I'm looking up there. Because he signed that.
Because he signed that Obi-Wan.
Filoni?
Dave Filoni.
Yeah,
it was his creation. It was, It was his imagination and his creation, along with Ahsoka.
Yes, Ahsoka.
Right? Ahsoka is his creation as well.
Right there behind his head. Or not really behind his head, if you can see.
Right here. But yeah, and then We've met some of the actors.
We did. We met.
Who was the first one? I don't think you're going to remember who the first one was.
It was Hera.
Of the main one. No.
Wait, it was, what's his name? Zeb. And then his wife, which is the villain that he hates.
The villain.
His character hates.
Yes. Mary Elizabeth.
Yes.
His name is Steve Bloom.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Actually,
we were
two things.
Yeah.
So we didn't prepare that we're going to meet her, and so we were in the hotel room. I got a piece of paper and I'm drawing quickly.
Right, because
we didn't plan to meet her.
No.
And then
that was a bonus, right? Because we went to AwesomeCon in Washington, D.C.
We met Hayden and Rosario.
Yep, we saw Hayden. And that was the first time meeting Rosario in person.
Can I talk about the little round riding head?
We'll save that for another day. We got to stick with Rebels. We got to stay with Rebels here, right?
That'll be another day. That'll be the AwesomeCon episode.
Plenty of episodes. Was that AwesomeCon? That was that?
It was AwesomeCon.
Okay.
Because I was like...
So we met Steve Bloom.
Wait, was it AwesomeCon?
I don't know. We'll have to look back at the photo. Maybe.
Yeah, we have to look back in the photo. I think so.
We've had pictures with Rosario and Hayden a couple of times. So it's a little...
But let's go back to
sure.
Rebels.
So Steve Bloom, and then his wife, who is someone who plays a character on the
Empire.
The Empire.
I forgot her name. We have to...
It was really great because we got one image that has like all of the characters on it.
And her too, right?
She's on it. And Maul is on it. But we forgot to bring it when we met Sam Witwer.
Yes.
We forgot to bring it. So that means we got to see him again.
Yes, because actually Mom didn't get to see him and she wanted to see him so badly. Yeah. So that's another reason. And we also...
You know what we got to really hope for?
What?
We got to hope that a lot of these actors, especially the ones we want to see again and the ones we've never met yet, we need to really hope that they're going to come to Rebel Scum Con.
Yeah, so we are actually going to Rebel Scum Con.
We are going to be at Rebel for the very first time. This is the third ever Rebel Scum Con.
So if you're listening to this, Rebel Scum Con is in Texas. So if you're in Texas, if you live in Texas or you're like close to Texas, go down there, get some tickets. Or just
a huge Star Wars fan.
Yeah, if you're a Star Wars fan.
This is a Star Wars exclusive.
Just Star Wars.
Just Star Wars.
And so it's just like Star Wars Celebration, but like different. It's just in different places.
It's different. Yeah. And it's sort of like what we're envisioning is something like a normal Comic-Con that we go to or a fan expo that we go to.
It's just Star Wars.
And it's just all Star Wars. They're going to have Star Wars actors there. They're going to have panels.
They're going to have maybe Star Wars vendors.
Just a whole... We're really looking forward to it. Okay? This one over here is going to be a media guest. She's going to be there covering it, doing interviews.
I do interviews as Macsrebo. So it's not the podcast, but I do a little interviewing at some cons.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this on YouTube, or if you're not listening on this to YouTube, I have a little short videos of me interviewing cosplayers and a whole bunch of Star Wars fans, or even artists that I know.
So we're definitely looking forward to that. So hopefully we can see. So so going back to this picture, right? We started with Steve Bloom to autograph it because he's Zeb.
Then we got Vanessa.
We got Vanessa.
And then we got... we didn't get what's his name to sign it. Or JP.
We did.
Oh, we did. Oh my God.
We did. We brought it.
But that's also for tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Next episode.
The next episode, yes.
We're going to talk about that
person. About that. Yeah.
The mystery person.
And then Vanessa. So... let's talk a couple of minutes about the time you met Vanessa.
Fan Expo Philly. That was a great time, and also very comfy time with my friends that are actors and seeing a whole bunch of people. I'm kind of used to it because I do dance. That's actually, I'm going to talk about that because that's going to Rebels.
We got a couple of minutes left.
Oh, I did hip hop, and one time I got these orange pants, and so my dad actually said, "Oh, these are good for Hera." So he put together a Hera cosplay, and I'm used to being on stage and seeing a whole bunch of people watch us because I do recitals and everything. And so when we met Hera at FanExpo Philly, I was dressed as Hera when they had this Clone Wars panel on Rebels, because D. Bradley Baker, Ashley Eckstein, I think Matt was in it.
Matt?
And I think all of them were in Rebels.
They were all? Well, it was a Clone Wars Rebels panel.
Yeah.
Maybe they were at some point. Maybe even if it was just a quick little episode. I think so. I think they were all part of that.
Because you remember one time when Ewan McGregor's daughter thought that James...
Heard a voiceover, yeah. And it was actually James, and she thought it was her father.
So he did really good then.
Yeah, no, it's spot on. I mean, I love it. So, so Philly Fan Expo, we meet Vanessa.
And then somebody tell the question, because I forget every single time.
So, of course, right? We're fortunate we were sitting in the first row.
Yeah.
Packed house.
Like there were people standing, not even in chairs with their phones.
Oh, were they? Okay.
Yeah, I was sitting on there and I can see people standing.
Right. So we're all in the first row, and an audience member, because part of these panels they can ask the question, provided that there's time, and depending on what actors are on the panel. Most of the time they will have a little discussion in the beginning where the moderator will ask a couple of questions, and then they open it up for a few questions later on. And one individual said, hey, they came out with the live action and they casted someone else, right? Because it's I mean, there are some people that maintain their character, right? Like Katie Sackhoff. She was the voice of the animated character, but she was also the voice of the she was the real Bo-Katan in the movies. But then it was, right? And then he asked, hey, they replaced you. How do you feel about that? And I think that D. Bradley Baker and Ashley Eckstein, they had very great responses.
I remember she's like, we're all fans, like
exactly.
And then I remember D. Bradley said, bring it on.
Yeah.
Or Ashley said, bring it on.
Yeah. No, D. Bradley.
Yeah. And then it was Vanessa's turn, and she was like, I feel the same way I feel about Mackenzie. So that's me. My name's Mackenzie, and I was actually dressed as a live action Hera, and so that was fitting. And so she's like, come up here. So I'm getting over, and then walking on the stairs. I have this little Qtopia
chopper. Yeah.
Stuffer?
I have stuffy. It was it's squishy. Yeah.
Stuffy. And so I walk up stage, and then I'm like, hi. And then she scooches over because there's a big couch that all of them are on, and then she's on this little chair. So she scooches over, and then I'm sitting down, and then she's like, me.
And then we went on.
And so actually, I think it was James that said, there she is.
Right.
And then I went up, and then I sat down, and then I'm waving to everybody because I know everybody up there. I'm waving up there, and it's pretty fun.
Yeah. And it was great.
And I was like there for like the rest of the panel, for like the 20 minutes.
You sat out there for the rest of the panel, and Vanessa was just so great. She is great, right? Great person. So we've met Steve Blum.
Also, can I talk a little?
Sure.
So if you follow me on Instagram, my Instagram profile is actually a photo of me and Vanessa together on that panel. So you should check out my social media on Instagram.
Sure. And that's at Macsrebo on every channel.
On every channel except for Twitter. Or
everything else.
Not Twitter anymore, X.
X, yeah. But, okay. So we still need to meet, right? Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yes. He was going to go to New York Comic Con one year, and then he was
going to go to New York.
So almost every
and then he was going to be in Providence. He was going to be in Rhode Island Comic Con.
So every Comic Con that we plan to go to, he like cancels like 1 week. One week before.
Something comes up and he has to cancel, but hopefully we'll get him. Hopefully one of these times.
All of them.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
And I want to get a photo op of all of them with
it'd
me.
Be great if we got them all at once. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Even
so,
like
and we still got to see Tia. We still got to meet Tia.
Dave
Filoni.
So if we go to a Star Wars celebration and he's there, I would have to go on his line, get an autograph.
I don't think he does the line. I don't think he does autographs.
He has to. If a Star Wars person is listening to this,
well, I'll tell you, Mommy and I are going to do everything we can to get you to meet Dave Filoni.
I need to, because we need to finish that photo.
I will put that out. I will put that out there. You know,
I need people from Star Wars groups because I know the 504 is actually being the Mandalorian show. If you're in an episode as Dave Filoni as a director for that episode, just go up to him.
Drop a name, Macsrebo.
Just go up to him and say, "Hey, can you go and do some autographs at like Star Wars Celebration or what's it called? Place that we're going to in Texas?
Rebel Scum Con.
Yeah, go to that.
I'm really looking forward to Rebel Scum Con. I really am.
I'm so excited. That'll be another episode. That'll be in episode 5.
I don't know. It's going to be really, really great. You know,
I feel like right after we did it, we will talk about our experience.
Of course.
No, we have to bring all these equipment to.
Well, I'm going to try to figure something out because if we could do an episode while we're there, I think that would be really great.
Because it's fresh in my mind.
But what's even like to me as a father, it's something so small. But what I love is it's going to be your first time on an airplane.
Yes, I'm scared because I know there's a lot of the plane crashes.
No, there's not. It is the safest form of travel. It is much safer than you being in the backseat of the car when I'm driving.
Why?
Because a plane is just one of the safest things.
How about the plane crashes we're driving?
Well, everything you see, right? They are look. There's thousands of planes that are in the air, right? Hey, just think about you think any of them, anyone in the right, and the rebels are afraid of flying planes and right. But it's gonna be a great experience. We're gonna see a lot of people. I know there's a lot of people that you engage with online on social that we know that they were there last year, right? Yeah. Like Gabe from Gabe's Empire.
Yes, hopefully I feel like a lot of people that I never see.
You've never met before,
and also that I only know from socials. I feel like they're gonna be there.
Carly King was there last year.
Oh, hopefully
we'll see.
Hopefully that she comes this year, and I'll get my theory saber or a practice saber and just twirl.
You want to twirl with her? That's one of your
that's
check boxes you want to do.
Yeah, but also I want to get some advice from her if I can improve, and I want to try to do the Obi-Wan spin, and then she can help me.
Sure. I mean, I know you watched the video.
I watched her video, but like I'm really bad at it.
We just got to practice.
I know.
But hey,
because it's snowing outside today, so I don't have time. I need to go in rain boots and a Hoth outfit because I'm gonna steal Mom's or your Hoth suit, and then it's gonna.
It's funny because you're talking about Hoth here. Meanwhile, in Texas in August, it's going to be very hot.
It's going to be.
All right, so we have met.
We have to wrap this up.
Steve Bloom.
Yes, Steve
we have met. Vanessa Marshall. And we're going to talk. What? Who?
Yeah. Sorry. Who? Spoiler alert. We have to bleep that out. Okay? Bleep that. When you're editing this,
and
bleep it.
We will talk. Right. We met that person. We met the voice actor.
That mystery person that's going to be tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. Next episode.
You always say tomorrow, but it's the next episode. Okay. Episode 4.
Episode 4, fantastic.
We will talk about fantastic. We'll talk about and that was the 4th person from Rebels too. Or 4. Anyway,
I think we'll talk 5. I think that's the 5th.
Maybe
we met what's his name and his wife, and then we met Maul, and then we met her.
We did meet Maul. Yes, we did meet Sam Witwer. So, yep. Okay.
Oh my God! Did you forget what you said?
5. Yeah.
You said that we forgot his.
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
Okay, so we have to wrap this up.
That's my bad because I'm thinking about the main crew. But yeah, these are all the.
They were in that photo, so I'm counting them as the rebels.
You're absolutely right. We should
cast.
All right. So for the next episode.
We're going to reveal who's the mystery person.
Who's the mystery person?
Yes, the mystery person.
And then. We'll talk more about where we were.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you have any final remarks to talk about the Rebels or your fans?
So if you're listening like this right now and you don't know what Rebels or the Clone Wars is or the Ahsoka series or who any of these people are, you should search who the actors are and then you should watch it because I think the shows are really good. Okay, now let's wrap this up on 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. This is Macsrebo and Macsrebo's
father.
Dad.
Father.
Signing off on Galaxy far, far away.